Good afternoon. My name is Cammie Abernathy and I'm Dean of the College of Engineering. It's my great pleasure to introduce this afternoon George Kirkland, Vice Chairman of the Board of Chevron Corporation and Executive Vice President of Upstream. Welcome, George.
Thank you very much.
George, what are the characteristics of a great leader?
I'd start off, a great leader delivers good results, and they do the good results the right way. So results, performance the right way is really what defines the organization, and looking at results for a long period of time. Now, it takes a lot of skills to get the results the right way. And when I'm saying results, I'm talking about financials, and I'm also talking about safety, and I'm talking about environmental performance. We want world class in all those areas. So it takes a person that can focus an organization, create an aligned organization. And in the business we're in, it's so important to bring all the technical functions together. We spend lots of money, we have lots of technical risk, so you've got to bring all the technical functions together. And then you also have to have the other functions to make yourself successful. You have to have all the commercial functions, you have to have lawyers, you have to have public affairs people. It takes all of that focused to deliver the right kind of results.
What are the greatest challenges you've faced as a leader?
I always think of challenges as opportunities. When you're in the energy business, we have lots of challenges. We do high risk from a technical side. We spend lots and lots of money. This year, our budget in our upstream is $35 billion. So we spend lots of money, but we need to spend it wisely. We need to get a return for our shareholders. So the challenge is not just one thing. It can be technical, it can be political, it can be partners. We also had to build a relationship with the communities where we operate. We need all those things to work and to overcome them. So for me, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to show that you can solve an issue or a problem and end up with a good investment.
How did your engineering education prepare you for leadership?
I look back and I think of my career, and particularly in the early part of a career, all the training I received at the University of Florida, the training in civil engineering really helped me in my ability to solve problems. Problem-solving ability, critical thinking is an absolutely important facet in engineering and in business. So for me, that foundation was created both by the bachelor's degree, and I would tell you for me, the master's degree. It gave me a competitive advantage with what I learned in my master's program. I got to apply it. So I got an early start on that, and then, of course, the experience of going around the world, seeing new people, new cultures, working in them, all of that tempered my career, brought to me something that I wouldn't have got if I hadn't went to other places. And at the end, all of us are a product of the experiences we have. So those experiences built my career, gave me the opportunity to, I think, succeed, but it started back with that engineering ability to think through problems, and come up with good solutions.
What other methods of leadership development were important to your growth as a leader?
I actually think the biggest one is one I just mentioned. This opportunities that came, I went to them. We went to Louisiana, then we went to Sumatra in Indonesia. I had a wife that was willing to go around the world. And those experiences of going to different locations, operations around the world are different, so you learn something new. You learn something new by the people you deal with. You learn how to deal with other cultures, and that's important for us today more maybe than ever before, because many of our companies, including us, are such global companies. So to me, it was that opportunity that I took, and that's not always easy. You have to have a family that's willing to allow you to do that and support you. And I was extremely lucky in that sense, that I had a spouse that was very willing to go to, frankly, all over, move. I think we counted up the other day, we were in 18 different homes, 12 different locations, 4 states, and 2 other countries besides the United States, Nigeria and Indonesia.
Wow. What advice would you give to students who want to become great leaders?
Practice. Be willing to learn from others. The experience of others can teach you, but I think practice leadership. Learn how to communicate with others. Learn how to get the best out of others. Often people focus on what someone else doesn't do the best. I always, as a leader, like to focus on those that work for me, what they do the best. That's where the greatest value is created. But practicing that leadership and then taking the opportunities when they come, because it will give you that chance to learn. And then one other encouragement, always learn. Never stop learning. It will make you better in everything you do.
What can universities do to support leadership development?
Well, I understand you have some programs that are supporting that, which I think is great. I think that's a big change. We did not see that really when I was going to school. So I think that starting at that point and talking to people and showing the importance of leadership and how to work with others is critical. Read and then show our people the stuff they should read and they can learn. But I think you have an opportunity then to bring some of your former students in who have been successful in the industries. Let them come in, let them talk to the students. We can always learn a lot from each other's experiences, and learn those when we're younger is an advantage.
Given your experience, you are clearly eminently qualified to answer this next question. How has globalization impacted leadership?
Well, our company, as an example, 75% of our earnings come from the international side, from outside the United States. So it's important for us, when you look at our employee population, over 50% of our employees are non-Americans. So having leaders from the countries and where we operate is critical. You need to do that, and you have to create technical leaders from those countries, and you also have to, of course, create business leaders. You need to have that local face. It's a responsibility for us to grow that capability there. That's one of the reasons why you're invited into a country, is that you create new capabilities among their people and help them grow. It's the future. And of course you can see it on the campuses in the United States now. All the campuses, there's so many people from the rest of the world coming here because we have a good education system. But that is the world. The world is getting more tied together. The economies of the world are more tied together now than they've ever been.
What key events or people were instrumental in putting you on the path to leadership?
I'd have to start with my parents. They set an expectation very early that I would get an education, and then I would go to college, and then the second thing they always said, you must work hard. They were from the Depression era. People from that era really understood and valued work, and they instilled in me those 2 points: get an education, work hard. So it started with them. University of Florida played a big role for me. The engineering training I received here gave me the opportunity to go work for a great company. And once I got into Chevron, people there gave me the opportunity to go around the world, to get experiences, to work in jobs that grew my capability, grew my understanding of working with others. And those, look, every place I went around the world, I grew. I grew in the new jobs, and the people gave me trust. They trusted me and put me in high-level positions, sometimes when I was quite young. And that trust makes you want to deliver for those folks, right? So I look at that, it's just been a tremendous journey. I don't think I'd change anything.
Well, your journey's certainly been a source of great pride to your alma mater, and thank you so much for taking time today to share your words of wisdom with our students.
Thank you very much, Dean. Appreciate it.